Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the shop. We have another lotto. It has not been that long since we had a lotto. I did those few Westy pieces a few weeks ago, and here we are back again. Um, as I've kind of lined out before, I'm trying to change things this year and doing things a little differently. So, what I'm doing is I'm trying to have a batch of one particular knife each month. I used to be able to do, quite a few every week and had a lot of lottos, and that has slimmed down just slightly. So I've got, hey Mike, how you doing? I've got this batch of Tachis. If you remember in January, we did some Maglock Tengus. And then we'll see next week. I'm not sure, or next month. I'm not sure what we're going to do there. But this will probably be actually the last lotto before Blade Show, Texas. That's in the middle of March, right on St. Patrick's Day. So actually, I probably won't have a lotto in March. So this may be the last one until we get to maybe the beginning of April. So at any rate, I've got these Tachis I want to throw at you. I survived a rough weekend. Got a little some kind of bug or food poisoning or something that just put me out. So some of you may have seen on Facebook that Chris Winters stopped by for a visit. He came visiting from Missouri, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be up for it today. And luckily, I got a good night's rest and got a little food in me, and it's staying put for now. So we're good. Um, got a bunch of guys there: Jack, Caden, Rustin, Drew. Good to see you guys chiming in. I had forgotten in the past to send out a reminder email just notifying, like, hey, the drawing is coming up. And so I think a lot of people kind of missed that. But here we are to draw it. So let's take a look at these knives. I'm going to start with the last one that got finished, which is actually this Koa knife. And I'm hoping now that the weather or the days are getting longer here, it's a little bit brighter. But I don't know. It's not helping. It's not helping this bad boy focus. This Koa, for whoever gets this in person, and Chris can probably attest to this, is awesome. You can see it's a curly Koa, so it really moves. I'm going to see if I can't bring a little light into the subject so that I can get you guys a better perspective. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. You can kind of see that movement in the handle. It's pretty awesome. So this one's got an S35 VN blade running on bearings. I say that because one of these is not on bearings, actually, which I should have mentioned before. Next up is this titanium bad boy. I've got some Mokutai in that shield. This is copper Sanmai from Baker Forge, some of my absolute favorite stuff. You can see it there. It's pretty amazing stuff. Nice dark core. This one has a floating backspacer, as you can see there. My camera is cooperating today. This one is also riding on hardened washers. And you can see one of my favorite things about the Tachi. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little history as I'm showing this to you. Originally, the Tachi was what I planned to revise the Tengu to. It's slightly longer. So this is the brown paper Westinghouse. If you notice, that white line is actually the Westinghouse layer. So I kept it intact. And then this is some two-layer Westinghouse, which matches it pretty sweet. So back to the story. This was originally going to be my revision of the Tengu to really refine the design. And it became so distinctive that I realized I probably better make it its own separate knife. So there you have it. This one, because I'm not paying attention how I do this, I think that this one is getting old. Yeah, this one's on washers. I think this is the only one that we have on washers, but I wanted to do one just for fun. Next up is some green I don't want to call it canvas. This is a green fine weave. This is stuff that's similar to what Loveless used. The guy I bought this from used to sell it to Bob back in the day, and he still had some pieces laying around of what he used to send him. This green is probably about my favorite. A little bit different from canvas and not quite the same as linen. It's just a really fine cotton weave. I can't remember which one is which, but some of them have S35 VN blades and some of them have Magna Cut. I think that this one right here, this rag, is Magna Cut. And this rag, I think you can see it on there. It's crazy. This is some of the best rag I've had. I love this stuff. You got the clip. As you can see, all of these have a clip. I'm trying to do anything that could possibly have it, has it. So that's the 5 I've got. I'm going to show you one that got taken this morning by Chris. This blue bad boy. He liked it, so I had to grab it. He's like, don't tell anybody, but guess what? I'm telling. Because I got to show you guys. I love this blue fiber. Anyway, those are the ones we've got. It's been pretty fun. I haven't actually made Tachis for a long time. I've done some Tachi OS and some Tachi JMs. And it's been fun to do those bigger knives, but the original Tachi size, to me, I really like it a lot. So hopefully you guys enjoy it too. Let's get to this drawing, and I'm going to get over here to the computer. And you can see on the side here, we've got 230. Somehow I should figure out so that I'm looking that way, so it looks like I'm looking at the numbers, right? The numbers are actually over here for me. Anyway, 230 is where we're at. So we're going to go from 2 to 230. I'm going to draw the 5 names for the winners, and I'm going to draw 3 alternates because it's been tough to get a hold of some people. And I'll say this preemptively. I try and do it at different times to accommodate people around the world and to accommodate people that are like coming and going from work and various issues and whatever. Sometimes it's hard, and sometimes I try and reach out and I can't get them, and then all of a sudden at like 4 a.m, I get a message like in the last lotto from Great Britain, from the UK, and they missed it, and I feel bad about that. So hopefully you guys are able to do it. I know I saw Kevin on there, so I'm guessing that he's paying attention over there in the Netherlands or wherever he's moved to now. But I try to do the best I can, but the reason I call it or draw those alternates is because I can't get people. Usually it's not a case of anything other than I just can't reach them or they're not responding. So 5 drawings, 3 alternates. That's where we're going. Let's get started. First one, 133, right there in the middle. Andy Lum, you got number 1. Andy has had many a streaks in the past. It's been a little while. 71. Nick Morgan, you got number 2. 179. Scott, I'm not even going to say your last name, Scott, because yours is even harder to say than mine. So you've got number 3. Probably Osenchuk is probably how you say it, right? I don't know. We'll see. You can yell at me if I'm wrong. Oh, we're going back up to the top. 16. Leif, you have got number 4. And then 62. Jody, you have got number 5. So those are our officials. Now let's do our alternates. 33 will be the first alternate. Nathan Wiseman, you've got alternate 1. 114. Omer, you've got alternate number 2. And then the last one, 201. Way down on the bottom. That's good. Kyle Park, you've got alternate number 3. So let's line these up so we can see what our order is. So we've got first choice goes to Andy Lum, second to Nick Morgan, third to Scott Osenchuk, fourth to Leigh, fifth to Jody, and then my alternates are Nathan Wiseman, Omer Sheik, and Kyle Park. So if you see your name there, go ahead and reach out to me. If you put down your text as your contact info, obviously you're not going to be able to text me because you probably don't have my number yet. But if you're on Facebook or Instagram, just shoot me a message. That's fine. I'm going to send everybody a message right away, let them know that they've been drawn, and then we'll go through the choices. Keep in mind, for those of you that have been drawn, it does take a little while. I give each person 10 minutes to reply, and then if they reply within that 10 minutes, it takes them like 5 minutes sometimes to pick their thing. So by the time I go through 5, it's been well into an hour. So I try and make it go faster to where it's like a half an hour, but at any rate, that's where it is. So congrats to the winners, and thank you all for joining in the fun. Like I said, this will probably be the last one, but I am hoping to see many of you at Blade Show, Texas. It's in Fort Worth, and it is one of my favorite shows. I absolutely love it. I went to it for the first time last year, and it was a great show, a great place to have it, good people showing up, lots of good makers, and from what I understand, there will be more. I've talked to a lot more people that are planning to attend or exhibit at the show, so it should be a really good show, and I'm excited to watch it grow. It's a lot of fun. Reminds me a lot. The Salt Lake show at Blade West this last year was a lot like it too. So 2 really fun shows that are just a little more intimate, but still have some good quality, good fun, good town. So it should be a good time. Like I said, probably no lottos until after that. I'll be working on knives until then. If I manage to scrape together 1 or 2, I may do like a random lotto, but more than likely everything's going to that show. So I hope to see you there. Hope you guys have a great week this week. And I'll be posting stuff as I go through. I'm building this stuff for the shows. I will say I am hoping, I don't want to make any promises, to be building I'll be trying to build a more than 3 blade knife. Let's just put it that way. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, have a great week.